Hey, what if I told you that building a $1 million business isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter? Most entrepreneurs waste years stuck in the grind, chasing clients and spinning their wheels without making real progress. But today, I'm going to share the exact 7 steps I'd take to go from 0 to 1 million fast if I had to do it all over again. And here's the best part. These are the same steps that my clients have used to quit dead end jobs, skyrocket their income, and finally live on their terms. By the end of this video, you'll know how to do the exact same thing. Hi, I'm Heather Blaze. Over the past 20 years, I've helped countless entrepreneurs build 6 and 7 figure businesses. I've developed systems, strategies, and framework that not only works, but delivers consistent results. And I know how frustrating it can be to feel like you're doing everything right and still not see results. That was me years ago. But when I cracked that code, everything changed. And that's why I'm here to help you skip the struggle, take the guesswork out of growing your business, and give you a proven plan to reach 1 million or more faster because you just can keep going, right? But faster than you ever thought possible. And this is the fastest, most strategic way to go from struggling entrepreneur to millionaire while building a business that gives you time and money freedom, right? What's the point of having all the money if you don't have the time to enjoy it, right? So let's break it down into actionable steps. So step 1 is choose a high leverage business model. Now, what do I mean by that? Your journey starts with picking the right business model, one that aligns with your strengths and offers scalable potential. And it also helps if you're passionate about it too, because business can be hard and it's like up and down all the way up, I like to say. So if you're passionate about it, then that's going to give you that grit and that tenacity to help you keep going. But these are really the top business models that I would recommend going for. Number 1 would be a high ticket service business. So think about offering a specialized service that delivers exceptional results. So instead of being a jack of all trades, they say jack of all trades, master of none, become the go-to expert in one area. So for example, many of my clients have built thriving businesses by focusing on a single niche, like luxury event planning or exclusive health coaching, or one that's really specific that comes to mind is a speech therapist who helps teenagers fix their R's and helps them with after tongue tie surgery. Like that's so specific, right? So that key is the specialization and that reoccurring revenue. All right. The second one I would recommend would be some sort of premium consulting service. So teach what you know or what you can learn really quickly and then turn your expertise into an income. So you don't need to know everything. Just start by mastering a specific problem that your audience is really struggling with. So for instance, one of my clients went from overwhelmed to a 6-figure consulting business just by teaching effective digital marketing strategies to local businesses. Okay. The third thing would be a results focused agency model. So like a done for you service, those done for you services, they're incredibly powerful. Clients pay for outcomes, not time. So whether it's marketing or automation or operations, people will pay you well to deliver solutions. Okay. And a bonus tip is AI business automation is booming right now. Okay. I mean, it's just being introduced. I know everyone seems like, or for a lot of people, it might seem like, oh my gosh, it's so saturated already, but it's just getting started. So AI business automation, anything around that would be amazing. And you can learn the basics. You can learn the basics of certain tools and then help businesses save money and time by streamlining their processes. The next step is to solve a big, painful problem. Okay. Millionaires solve problems, but not just any problems. They tackle big, painful, high stakes problems. So these are the kinds of problems that people or businesses are willing to pay top dollar to fix, because the cost of leaving them unresolved is far greater than the cost of the solution. So, for example, one that comes to mind is, I guess maybe a marriage counselor, right? I use this one a lot. I use this example a lot on when I'm on calls when people are having this hard time figuring out how to wrap their head around a high ticket price. So it's all about the context, and it's all about how you communicate the value effectively around it. On top of the expertise. So let's say there's a marriage counselor and this couple comes in, they're on the brink of divorce, and this is an expert marriage counselor. She's great at helping people fix their marriages. She asks them a bunch of questions. Is this happening? And when this happens, does this happen? And when this happens, does this happen? And she's like, gets a really clear picture of the situation. It's like, okay, I can help you fix your marriage, but it's going to cost you $10,000. That's what I charge. And then, the couple's like, oh my God, $10,000. I can't afford $10,000. We don't have $10,000. And then the marriage counselor can just position it in the way of, okay, that's fine. But how much would a lawyer cost for each of you? How much would it cost to divide all your assets? How much would the therapy bills, cost for years to come for the kids, right? When you put it in that perspective, it shifts the perception, right? Now $10,000 becomes a bargain. So anyway, the key to understanding that not every problem is created equal, like that's a big problem, right? Some problems are just minor annoyances, and things can that people can probably tolerate indefinitely. And then other things are urgent, impactful, and disruptive to their goals or their lifestyle or their business or their relationships or their family, right? Whatever it is. So those are the problems worth solving if you want to build $1 million business. And um, another thing is why you should avoid like broke problems is if you focus on audiences who aren't willing or able to pay for solutions. Although a lot of the time I'm like, if there's a will, there's a way. There's a way, right? Just like I gave you that example with that couple. But if you're focusing on audiences who aren't willing or able to pay for the solutions, or the solution's not painful enough, or whatever, where they'll go and find the money, you'll constantly struggle to charge premium rates. So just think about it. Like some audiences may recognize a problem but not really value the solution enough to invest in it. Others might want a solution, but simply don't have the resources to afford it. And even if but if they can't afford it, they will figure out a way to do it, right? And that marriage counselor example is the perfect example for that. So another example is, let's say you're a business consultant. If you target small businesses barely breaking even, you'll find that often they're hesitant or unable to pay for the high level service. But if you target businesses with healthy revenue that want to scale to 7 or 8 figures, then you're speaking to clients who really recognize the value of investing in growth and can afford to pay for it. So focus on clients who really value those results, because those clients that you want to target, they're going to be those who, one, have money to invest. They see their problem as mission critical and are willing to pay for solutions. And then two, value the time and convenience, right? So they're busy, and their time is they know their time is better spent focused on what they do best rather than solving problems outside of their expertise. And then three, they need this immediate measurable result. So these clients are willing to invest in a solution that gets them closer to their goals faster and more effectively than they could do on their own. And I mean, I just did this myself. I just hired a team to take over, my marketing, my ads, because yes, I can do it myself. No problem. I get results myself. I know how to do it, but I can leverage the time of a whole team to do it and stay on top of it and test new things over and over again, where I can use my time and energy in creating something else, or, something that nobody else can do because they're not me type of thing, right? So how do you identify these high value problems? When I work with my clients, we start by deeply understanding their ideal audience, not just anyone and everyone. It's like, who do they ideally really want to work with? Who do they want to hang out with? All this stuff, right? And identify the problems that holds the most weight. And here's how we do this. We first of all understand their pain points. Like, what are they struggling with? Ask yourself, what keeps your audience up at night? What's the one thing that they wish they could fix today? Because the more pressing and painful the problem, the more valuable the solution becomes. So, for example, busy executives, right? Time is their most valuable resource. If they're drowning in repetitive tasks, they'll gladly pay for systems or services to free up their time, just like what I did with that other team. I'm just like, yes, I can do it, no problem. It doesn't take even that much time, really. But again, time is money. So it's like, does it cost me less to leverage their time versus using my time? In that focused manner. Anyway, and then look for high stakes consequences because the bigger the stakes, the more likely that clients are to, invest in a solution. So again, for example, a business owner is struggling to generate leads. They're not just missing out on revenue, they're risking the future of their business. That's a high stake problem that they'll pay to solve, right? It's like the longer it takes to figure out how to get these leads going, you still have bills to pay, right? So if you don't have leads, you're not getting calls. If you don't have calls, you're not getting sales. So the longer it takes you to figure that out, then you're not bringing that money in, right? To pay those bills. All the monies just keep going out. So if you can figure out and learn and hire people to help you figure it out quicker, the quicker you figure it out, the more money you make, right? If 3 months goes by that you don't have $10,000 a month coming in, that's $30,000 that you've missed out on, right? Hire somebody for 8,000, 10,000, you're still up $20,000. You know what I mean? So anyway, um, another thing is to find the gaps in the market. So is there a problem that your audience is struggling with that no one else is solving effectively? Right? If you can position yourself as the expert with a unique solution, you create an irresistible offer. So think of this step like kind of being a locksmith. If you're offering to unlock someone's junk drawer, they might not care enough to pay you. But if you can unlock their safe, where they keep their most valuable assets, they'll happily pay a premium for your expertise. So the key is finding the safe, right? The problem that matters most. And then positioning yourself as the one who can unlock it. So by solving the right problem for the right people at the right time too, you set the foundation for a business that not only is profitable, but also transformational for your clients. And I just had a person reach out to me this past week for who offers a package to brides on a budget that can't afford a wedding planner for $197 and is having a hard time selling it right away. What does that tell you? Right? For me, right away, I was like, maybe that's the wrong audience, right? I already hear broke in that audience, right? Like they can't afford, so why are they going to pay that? I mean, again, I guess you could position it in a certain way, but versus maybe she could offer a high ticket package to event planners on how to set up their businesses to attract more clients for their bridal for their like bridal business or whatever. Maybe they can do it. Like I helped one of my clients put together a valuable program that teaches that. And she sells that for 10,000. She got her first 10K client within weeks of us putting it together. And we put the systems in place to get the right people to find, call, and pay her for that. So do you see the difference? Attracting broke brides to teach them how to plan a wedding versus teaching people to be wedding planners. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm sure this lady who's teaching brides how to do that has the enough expertise to be able to help a new event planner planning weddings or showing them how to plan weddings, right? Which brings me to the next step. Charge based on value, not on time. So this step is a game changer. And one of the most crucial shifts that you need to make in your business is stop treating your time for money. It's insanity. I say stop treating insanity for money. Time is finite. Okay. It's your most limited resource. If your income is tied to the number of hours that you're working, you'll always hit a ceiling because there's only so many hours in the day. But when you start charging based on the value that you deliver rather than hours you put in, that ceiling just totally disappears. So let's break it down. If you charge hourly, your earning potential is capped by how many hours you can physically work. So even if you charge 200 bucks an hour and work 40 hours a week, there's only so much that you can make in a year. And this model is it not only limits your income, but it devalues your expertise as well. So when clients pay for your time, they subconsciously see your work as a commodity. They're focused on how many hours they'll be getting instead of the transformation that you're providing. But when you shift to a value-based model, you position yourself as an expert whose results are worth the investment, regardless of how long it takes you to deliver them. So, let me think. I was just thinking of an example and now it just escaped me. Okay, I'm going to go back to the speech therapist again. She was trading her time for money. She was charging $60 an hour to help these teenagers fix their R's. And sometimes they would show up, sometimes they wouldn't, because the people are like, okay, well, they're the parents or whatever. They're like, oh, well, we can't go this week. We got busy, whatever, 60 bucks an hour. We'll go next week type of thing, right? But when we created her offer, her valuable offer, her irresistible offer together, that delivers this value, it delivers this result where they're going to fix their R's. And she switched her price from $60 an hour to $3,000. She got her first client within the first 3 weeks of us working together because I taught her how she could communicate the value around it effectively. We put it all together. So it was a very clear decision for these parents to make for their children. And they showed up. They showed up to listen to her and to do the work. And guess what? They got the results, right? They had that skin in the game to show up. So value-based pricing is just so powerful. And here's a mindset shift. Okay. Your clients aren't just paying for your time. Oh, that was the other one. I was thinking like sometimes when I say let's package, like what's your package or what's your offer? People are like, well, I offer 10 sessions for, $1,000. Again, that's still trading time for money. That's not a package. You're still trading time for money. That's 10 sessions for 1,000, right? So when we talk about bundling your value into this high ticket offer or whatever, it's not about that. It's still not trading time for money. Again, where your clients aren't paying for your time, they're paying for the outcome that you create. So if you solve $100,000 problem, charging 10,000 for your solution is not only fair, it's an incredible deal for them. Right? Think about it. Like would you care how long it took someone to save you $100,000 or to generate that much revenue for your business? Probably not, right? You just care that the results happened, that the essence of the value, was there. That's the essence of value-based pricing. One of my favorite stories is about a bookkeeper who dreamed of earning 300,000 a year. I told her to focus on delivering $3 million in value to her clients. That shift in mindset unlocked the roadmap to her success. Right. Again, another one of my clients, she helps parents navigate the school system. She's an advocate for children who are neurodivergent. And one of her clients had to quit their $100,000 a year job so that they could navigate the school system and be there for their child. And my client stepped in and allowed that parent to go back to their job that earned them $100,000 a year. And she was charging 5,000. So again, 5,000 versus 100,000, people will pay it all day long. It sounds like a lot, but when you position it in that way, it's a bargain, right? So think about your service, like think of your service as like a diamond, not an hourglass. So with an hourglass, the focus is on how much sand, how much time is left. And when it runs out, the value ends. But a diamond's worth isn't like a diamond's value isn't tied to time. It's tied to its inherent worth. Okay. Rarity, brilliance, right? The quality. So when you charge based on value, you're the diamond, precious and highly sought after, not the hourglass that's simply running out of time. So, what's the cost of staying in this business model, right? This time for money business model. What's it costing you? If you continue to charge for time, you got to ask yourself, how many hours will you need to work to hit your income goals? I ask a lot of people this, I say, well, just again, the other day I was on a call with someone and she says, I want to help 20 to 40 people. I said, okay, well, how much time does that take to do, and I want to work with them one on one. And I said, well, but how much time would that take you to work with each one of them one on one? Do you have that amount of time in your day? Like that sounds exhausting, right? Um, so you got to ask yourself, how will this impact your health, your relationships, or your quality of life? Are you undervaluing your expertise and leaving money on the table? So just imagine, right? You focus on delivering massive value, work with fewer clients, and charge premium prices. You have more time for yourself, for your family, and the things that you love, all while making more money than ever. And that's the power of value-based pricing. And it's really time to claim it for yourself. And again, if you don't understand how to bundle your value, this is something that I help my clients with, and I go deep with them on this. So, and I offer free strategy sessions too. So, reach out in the comments if you want more information on that. But let's move on to step 4. Okay. So this is building demand for your business. And the biggest mistake I see entrepreneurs make is being the best kept secret. Okay. You need people to know you. You need people to know, like, and trust you. Once you've got your messaging dialed in, and that's a key right there, you have to have your messaging dialed in. This is what you need to do once that's done. You need to publish quality content. Okay. Create content that educates, inspires, and solves problems for your ideal audience. Show them what's possible with your help and why you're the best person to help them. Then also paid advertising. Make sure you know how to do this properly though to target audiences and again the positioning. Make sure your message is dialed in with the copy. Make sure you know how to set up everything so that it brings in high quality leads, because otherwise just you'll waste a lot of money. But paid advertising is the way to get eyeballs on your thing, on your stuff, on you, right? So use platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Google, whatever ads you decide to use. Just make sure that you understand how to do them properly to get in front of your audience. Because when done right, it's like pouring gasoline on a fire. Another thing is partnerships. Collaborate with strategic partners who already serve your dream clients, because then it's a win-win for everyone. And then PR and visibility, right? Get featured on podcasts, blogs, or media outlets. Again, make sure that your messaging is dialed in, that you know how to get people reaching out to you before going out in these things, because then it's just kind of a waste of time. But again, if your messaging is dialed in and you know how to get people to reach out to you and eager to buy from you, the more visible you are, the more trust you build, the more eyeballs again you get on your stuff, and convert into sales. So just make sure that you protect your reputation and that you over deliver. Your reputation is everything. So be the coach or consultant who not only delivers what you promise, but goes above and beyond. So for example, in my own program, I guarantee my clients get the systems and strategies that they need to hit 6 figures or more annually. But I also ensure that they walk away feeling confident, feeling supported, and ready to dominate their industry. And I support them until they hit, those figures, those 6, 7 figures. And we have a community that they stay in for as long as they want to stay. Okay. So that we can continue to connect, we can continue to celebrate wins and to answer. And I'm there to answer any questions that they may have as they grow. Because I've been doing this 20 plus years. So I've seen it all. I've got the answers really quick. They don't have to be researching all over the place. They can just reach out, ask me a question, in our group, and I'm happy to answer it. And our community is also, very knowledgeable as well. After they graduate, especially, and their businesses are, thriving, they can also, reach out with answers, quickly as well. So a lot of valuable stuff, value in having a community like that. So anyway, another crucial step is to delegate to scale. To grow $1 million business, you must stop doing low value tasks. You got to focus on what generates the most income and outsource everything else. So, my framework is to, first of all, audit. So, review your daily activities and identify what doesn't need your personal touch. Um, Transfer, okay? Hire experts or virtual assistants for any repetitive tasks, or record them, record any repetitive tasks that you can, send a video for. And then focus. Okay. Spend your energy on tasks that align with your genius zone, like crafting high ticket offers or closing deals. So audit, transfer, focus. And then the next step is to automate and systematize for your freedom. Okay. I think that's what pretty much most people want. Most people want freedom and flexibility. That's most of what I hear people getting into business for. Yes, they're passionate. Either they're passionate and or they want that freedom and flexibility instead of working that 9 to 5. So automate and systemize for the freedom. Set up automation systems to keep your business running like clockwork. So with tools and strategies from my proprietary Boost You blueprint, my clients automate lead generation, client onboarding, and eventually sales. And this leads them to be able to focus on what truly matters, which is living their dream life, right? While running a profitable business that they love, that they're passionate about. So building $1 million business doesn't have to be overwhelming. It just requires the right plan and the right focus and the right dedication, and discipline. So following those 7 strategic steps will take you from where you are to having a $1 million plus business. So again, choose a high leverage business model, focus on a scalable, specialized model like a high ticket service, premium consulting, or results driven agency. Solve a big, painful problem, address urgent issues that wealthy clients or businesses are willing to pay a premium to solve, and or charge based on value, right? Not time. Shift your pricing model to reflect the transformative results that you provide, not the hours that you work. Build demand for your business by using, quality content, ads, partnership, and PR to ensure that your business isn't the best kept secret, or you. And then protect your reputation and over deliver. Always exceed expectations to establish trust and build lasting client relationships. Delegate to scale. Free up your time by outsourcing low value tasks and focusing on your areas of expertise. Automate and systematize everything else for that freedom. Implement those systems to keep your business running smoothly, giving you that freedom to focus on growth and really enjoy your life. Because by following these steps, you'll create a business that not only generates significant income, but also gives you the time and freedom to really live that life that you've really always dreamed of. The next move is yours, really. So start taking action today. If you want guidance to implement these strategies, my Fast Track to Money Blueprint program is here to help. Let's build your roadmap to success together. You can find a link to some free training in the description here. on the 5 steps to get a flow of quality clients without wasting time or money on marketing. And also check out my next video right here about building a system that makes any coach rich. So that's all for today. I will see you on the next one.